Hi guys, so back again in the fish room, and yeah, I'm just going to do sort of a weekly update. So first of all, on the Kamoer FX-STP, I had to put my old one back online because it shouldn't stop and start. So I've got to change out the dosing line today. Also, I'm going to mix up a few things, so bear with me. So in my softy tank here, where my tang is healing away nicely, I've got some things that are doing really well in here. So for instance, although they're sort of a bit closed up now, these flower pots are doing really well in here. Things like this sponge and stuff like that are doing really well. So I think it's time to see if I can start. I'd like to change this tank up and start putting hard corals in it as well. So what I'm going to do is I think it's time to sort of maybe rescape it a little bit. I think there's too much rock in here. I'd like to potentially move on these bigger soft corals and potentially get rid of these pallies here, and possibly maybe just try and keep a small amount of the xenia, maybe just a little bit on its own kind of rock. So I'm going to see how much I can do today. But to test out hard corals, I've actually just picked up this, well, it's a Frag rack from Tunze, and I saw them at Coral Freaks, and they're magnetic, but they look like live rock. So I can add a few frags that I've got and just see how they do in this tank, and just put this on the back wall. So that should be really good fun. And what I'm thinking is, if I just go back over here, is my flower pots are doing okay over here, but I'm thinking of maybe moving these over and maybe just seeing how they do over in the other tank, because I think they might prefer it being slightly higher nutrients, because this tank is quite low on nutrients at the moment. And I think that might be part of the problems that I've been having. I've actually sent off an ICP test from API. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of, can you see in this one now, I think that underneath there was where it got stung from the anemones. So I'm hoping that that will recover, because that one's taken a beating a few times and recovered. But yeah, look, my strawberry shortcake is, well, it's dead. So I'm going to take out what's left on that and frag it up, because already these purple star polyp things that are taking over my life have already begun to grow on it, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to frag up any sort of life that's left there, and go through with my toothbrush again today and start trying to get rid of some of this stuff and see if it makes a difference. So yeah, lots to do. So I'm going to crack on. Alright, so I've taken it off. I've got my 5-pack of dosing lines. You just take this off, don't lose anything, and then you just, they say just loosely unscrew this. Just enough so that you've got a little bit of wiggle room with it. There we go. You can just flip this out. There we go. And that's easy to take off. And this is just held on with cable ties. So just undo that. Just going to use the hello pussycat. There we go. I'm helping. So I've got my little helper. so KSP. This is not very helpful. You go down. And let me just pick up the spring that she's lost. There we go. I don't know why cats always go where they're not needed, do they? Okay, let's see. This looks like the same tube, just much bigger. So I'm just going to cut it to the same size. We're going to get two out of this. This just goes back in there. There. Just really try and make sure that's on as tight as possible. That end, same this side. Make sure that's as tight as possible. Like that. Yeah, that should just fit back around here. Removing any cat hair along the way. And the other one. And that just sits back on top. Like so. Just do that back up. That's not going anywhere, that's not going anywhere. Sure that there's not anything on the rollers. Go. Then I believe that goes on there. Loose as and there we go. So those new dice dosing line all put back in there. Let's see how that works. So I'm really happy. This is all running well. It's all calibrated well. It's holding my DKH is now back to, well, 7.8 now, so it's slowly climbing up because it had dropped a little bit. So much better. There we go. Alright, so my next thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to put this frag rack up in the corner over there. I'm going to give this tank a water change, and then I'm going to add a few hard coral frags and see how they get on over the next week or so, and then I can decide whether or not I'm going to start moving some of these soft corals out. I've got quite a lot of stuff built on the bottom there that I've got to get rid of. The bubble tips are doing really well in here. There's one glowing away. I've got some other algae growing down there. There's and there's the eel as well, just hiding away down there. Can't really see them. So yeah, they're absolutely glowing. And the other one has manoeuvred himself all the way down there. So I've still got a lot of potential real estate in this tank at the back here as well. So maybe I can just move some things around so that I can put the gonnies more at the front. But yeah, so now I'm going to just do a little water change and add this new Tunze coral, what is it, a coral rack long. Just thought I'd have a little look at the over the top view, give them a little something to eat. It looks quite pretty from the top. Alright, so now we're back to running as usual. Now it's time for the exciting part and we can add the new frag rack. Okay, here we go. So let's do our little one-handed unboxing of it. This way. Quite remember how many holes it has. So there we go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frag plug. Yeah, 4 at the top and 5 underneath. One, is that another one? Well, I guess you could maybe call that one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 8 officially. And there we go. And then it's got these strong magnets there, so that's going to look really nice on the back of the tank. Okay, there we go. So I've got the rock in place. All I can see is the disco ball effect from my light. So let's look around here. And there we go. So it looks great on the back wall there. It's the biggest one and it just fits in there perfect. So now I'm going to add some frags to it and we'll see how they go. Boom, and there we go. Right, so I've taken some frags out of my frag tray and we're just going to see how these do. There's a couple of acros in there. I just thought I'd try my luck, see if we're at that point yet. And then down here I've just put a little bit of green plating, so we'll see if that does anything. And I just really want to test whether or not this tank is actually ready for SPS. As you can see, everything else is doing very well, so I think it should be okay. I dose the Triton method on this tank. So it's the Triton base elements, but then I might have to move that to core 7 if the alkalinity demands get much higher. So I'm going to test the tank now and I'm going to see what's going on and record everything, because I need to be a little bit hotter on this tank if I'm going to try and keep hard corals in it. But yeah, all looking good. So we shall see. I'm really liking this frag rack. So alright guys, that's it for today's update. Now I've just got to clean up. So yeah, I think this frag rack's going to do the job amazingly. It looks really, really good. And if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll have another video out very soon.